Headache since last Sunday, so in that department, the trainers were pretty impressed with it, and I'm feeling good. I got a chance to run around yesterday, run some routes, do an individual, and I felt sharp. I actually felt pretty good. I had my legs on me well, and I was seeing the ball pretty well, and I was pretty pleased. And I'm looking forward to getting back on the field and actually getting some real practice today.
I take it it was pretty startling for you to be knocked to the turf like that and taken off on a stretcher.
Actually, I really don't remember it. Everybody asked me, did it hurt? Were you scared? I was like, I don't know what was going on. I was completely out of it. So looking back on the situation, it's definitely startling. Especially for my family, my friends, and my fans. You'll never be in a situation where you can't get off the field on your own will. And this is my first time in my career where it was the case. And it could have been a lot worse than what it was, but I'm thankful for what it was just a concussion. And I had to sit out a week. Very disappointing, but I understand why they had to let me sit out, and just ready to get back this week and play football.
Bo, in practice, when you line up and see Shaq Wilson in the middle of the field, the guy that's really not that much bigger than you, it's kind of surprised you that he's playing middle linebacker?
I guess if you was to look at his physical makeup, it would, but I know Shaq very well. We're good friends, and he's got a heart, man. Most of this game that we play is about heart. And he definitely a player that possesses it. He played full speed every down, and he don't let no one intimidate him. So no, it don't shock me from a personal level. But I can understand why people who would look at him, who wouldn't know him as a person as I do, and what type of player he is. Why it'd be kind of shocking, but hey, he done proved that he can play. Ever since Ronnie Park went down, he done stepped in, and he haven't missed a beat. So I have just as much faith in him as any other player on the field, and great player with a great attitude, and a lot of players play like him. We definitely would have a great team because he played with a lot of heart.
Mo, Coach was in here talking about how, again, that you guys still haven't played your best football. Can you put a finger on why it is you haven't played your best game yet, and do you feel like you guys are getting close to that?
I can't really put my finger on it. I mean, I guess it's just SEC football. You really don't know what's going to happen in week in, week out. Turnovers is going to happen. Mistakes are going to happen. But the things that can't happen and don't need to happen, that's very physical, are the penalties. The false start penalties and the legal procedure penalties, to be particular, like them things that you can control. That's just discipline and being focused and understanding the snap count and what you're trying to do. And they got to be eliminated, just to be frank about it. Holding penalties don't happen too. That's just part of the games too, but you got to limit those as well. So, that's a big part. Because, you look at our offense last week, we moved the ball pretty well. We put some good numbers up. It was just the penalty that killed drives. And in the SEC, you don't want to give the opposing team any leverage on you. And penalties, you definitely do that, especially when you start in 1st and 20. It's hard enough to get 10 yards, let alone 20. And put yourself in that predicament. It's a formula for disaster. So we just got to eliminate that and focus on doing what we're doing, being disciplined while we're on the field.
Mo,
answer that question.
Well, if you look at the series history with you guys in Tennessee, it's not so good, but it's been a lot different in your time. Is there a mystique about Tennessee anymore, or did you guys kind of dispel that myth?
I guess that's a good question. I guess over the history it might not have been that good, but like we've been saying this whole year, this New Carolina, we're going to every game we believe that we can win and that we will win. And they've been good in the past, not so good the past few years. And they got a new coach. They playing well with them, but we plan on going to Rocky Top and win us a football game. I ain't gonna say it's no mystique and nothing like that. It's just another SEC football team that we got to go play against, and hopefully we can bring a win back home to Carolina.
Bo, have you had a chance to watch Tennessee's defense, and does Eric Berry stick out, or you just see that guy all over the field?
Oh man, Eric Berry is a good player, very, very good player. And, you can tell why he got All-American defensive back. He just all over the field, making a lot of plays, and I don't know if it's the correct term, but ball hawk. He just run the ball, want to make plays all the time, and we got to definitely be prepared for him, know where he's at, because he's one of the type of players, if he intercept the ball, pick up a fumble, he's liable to take it to the house, and as you know, that's something that we definitely don't need, and he's a good player. Looking forward to playing against him. It's one of the games I had circled personally all year. When you got a top caliber guy like him, he has receivers. Looking forward to the matchup.
Mo, as you prepare to return to action in practice and in a game, do you fear any hesitancy of yourself going across the middle, trying to focus on the ball and not thinking about the safety or the linebacker coming across?
No, I don't think I'll be hesitant at all. And, that's just because the way we design plays. Design plays to get your head knocked off and the quarterback throwing you to those safeties. That's just having trust in the system that you're in, and I feel that I'll be full speed. That's speculation. I really don't know until I actually get out on the field, but I'm pretty sure once I get out there and get that first good block in or that first good hit, what have you, then I'll be fine. It'll just be like another game.
Well, a few others have tried asking about Coach Kiffin over there at Tennessee. You've got a pretty good sense of humor. Have you found some of his comments, the things that have drawn attention to Tennessee, you find some humor in that, or how do you take what he has done over there?
He did a good job bringing some publicity to Tennessee. I know every time you turn on TV or something dealing with Tennessee since he's been there. I guess you got to do what you got to do. You got to feel for his team, how they respond to whatever. But, he made that comment about us from like pumping gas if you go to South Carolina. I ain't found no humor in that at all. Actually, I take it kind of personally. I'm a South Carolina native as well as a student here at the University of South Carolina. And I'm a 3-2 finance marketing major, and I feel I'm very intelligent. And the last thing I'm going to be doing pumping some gas after I get through with the university here, what have you. And, some things just better go what I said. I'm pretty sure he didn't expect for it to come out, but it did. And I'm taking it very personally, taking it personally to the point where I'm showing how we do pump gas in South Carolina.
Mo, Coach Spurrier said that he had one of the quarterbacks firing some balls at the defensive backs to give them some work, pulling those potential interceptions in. And I know we all joke that defensive backs are defensive backs because they can't catch the ball. Have you been talking to any of the DBs? Are you thinking about giving them some pointers on pulling those balls in?
So we joke around with them, give them a hard time about catching the ball, but it's just when you're on the lights in that moment, it's just that them last 6 inches, concentrating on the ball and focusing in, and a lot of them guys are actually receivers before they went to the defensive back. So they ain't like they haven't been catching the balls, and I see them every day going through their drills and catching the ball. Just when you're in that moment, you can't be afraid of it. You just got to embrace it and look forward to making that play. And I think they'll be all right. And eventually, before the season, now hopefully starting Saturday, that them deflections will turn into interceptions and possibly points. And Coach Spurrier definitely been preaching that for the past couple of weeks. So hopefully it stick.